service. We're about to begin. While you're sitting down, please make sure that your cell phones are turned off. And we actually do not say Shana Tova on Yom Kippur. We say Chatima Tova, which means may you be sealed for a good life. So let's all say to somebody, Chatima Tova. Chatima Tova. Our service with an intention. Our greatest Kabbalists taught that before Rosh Hashanah begins, there is a tiny moment when the universe blinks out of existence and immediately springs into life again, recreating and renewing the world. At that moment, anything is possible, and the potential within each one of us is released to start afresh. During this time of rebirth, as we know, we are required to spend the next 10 days in a state of introspection, embarking on a journey of truth and transformation. Truth comes from reviewing our past actions and taking an honest accounting of our souls. Transformation results from repairing what is broken, whether in our relationships, with others, or within ourselves, and making them whole again. We also engage in the act of teshuvah, the spiritual return to our highest selves, which according to our sages, infused our souls at Sinai, where a blueprint for life, a life of goodness and holiness was presented. Well, we have completed our 10 days of self-reflection, and here we are, ready to face ourselves, our families, our communities, and God. Together we say, Ashamnu, we have sinned. Together we say, Salach Lanu, forgive us and seal us for a year of goodness and peace. On this Yom Kippur day, let us be inspired by our ancient teachings and recreate and renew our lives. Let us release the old habits, old behaviors, and old ways of thinking that no longer serve us, and let us re-inspire our souls to love our neighbors, repair the world, remember the stranger, and pursue justice for all. As Rav Avraham Kook said, who was the first chief rabbi of Israel, may the old become new, and the new become holy. Amen. Please turn to page 158 as we talk about our souls on this Yom Kippur day.
Elohai neshama shenatata b'teorani Elohai neshama shenatata b'teorani kol zman
is the soul you have given me. You formed it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, you keep it safe within me. Someday when this soul returns to you, I will find a place in eternity. But as long as spirit breathes within me, I place before you my thanks. Eternal my God and God of my ancestors, creator of all creation, sovereign of all souls, we give praise, Adonai, to all life in your hand and in your care, the soul of every human being. We continue on page 161 with blessings of gratitude.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשה לי כל צורכי.
We read together, you are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power has made all I need.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, המכין מצעדי גבר.
You are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power gives firmness in our steps.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, מלביש האומים.
You are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power clothes the naked.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, הנותן ליעב כוח.
You are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power gives strength to the weary.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, המעביר שינה מעיניי ותמונה מעפריי.
You are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power removes sleep from my eyes, slumber from my eyelids.
Page 162. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני בצלם אלוהים.
You are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power made me in the image of God.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני בן חורין.
You are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power endowed me with human freedom.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני ישראל.
You are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power has made me Yisrael.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, עוזר ישראל בגבורה.
You are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power gives strength to Yisrael.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, עוטר ישראל לתפארה.
You are the source of blessings, Adonai. Your great power crowns Yisrael with glory. Page 164, we do songs of praise this morning in the feminine. Baruch She'amra, Brucha She'amra.
la la la
173. For those looking for seats, the whole front row is empty.
No pressure.
We continue to praise God and thank God for this life that we are living, for this life that we have, and for what we hope will be a beautiful life in the coming year. Page 173. We continue on 175.
174.
174. 174.
לפי שערים תתרומם, ובדברי צדיקים תתברך, ובלשון חסידים תתקדש, ובקרב קדושים תתעלל, ובמקלות ליבו עמך בית ישראל. הנה יתברך שמך, מלכנו בכל דור ודור.
Now 175.
ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו, האל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ.
And now we pick it up at the bottom of page 175.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אל מלך גדול ותשבחו, אל ההודאות, אדון הנפלאות, הבוחר בשירי זמרה, מלך מלכי העולמים.
Chatzi Kaddish on page 176.
יתקדש ויתקדש שמי אבא בעמדי באחרותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן. יהי שמי אבא מברך לעולם ולעולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה ולעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תרוש לך חסד
So Rabbi Susan shared with me that at the beginning at Rosh Hashanah you all chose a midah or some quality in yourself that you wanted to work on this year and to begin during these 10 days. So now I'm going to ask you to take a moment, and if you didn't pick one, Think about one now that you would like to work on for the coming year, and turn to a neighbor, someone next to you, and just share, how are you doing so far on working on this quality that you want to improve? So take a moment and share. 78.
אדוני המבורך ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם.
May be seated, page 180. Sarah Orr. We'll join together in an English reading on page 181. Finding it myself. In the middle, like an unbroken current. Here we go. Like an unbroken current. Energy streams from the source, bathing the planet in light, calling forth light, movement, mind, unfolding from matter, power to love. And we offer it back to you, our own creative energy, ever dreaming, building, shaping patterns out of chaos, searching out light in the darkness. Creation never ceases, not for an instant. All life is aglow with your light. All things draw sustenance from the source.
אור חדש, אור חדש, הציון תאיר. אור חדש, אור חדש, הציון תאיר. ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאור, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאור, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאור, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאור. ברוך אתה אדוני יוצר המאור.
Take a moment as we approach the Shema now, a moment to breathe in some love. There was a moment, even just since last night or yesterday, that made you feel loving towards yourself, towards others, towards the world, towards an animal, towards a plant. Anything that drew up your love. Let's take a moment now and just call it into our hearts, and into our toes, and into our fingers, and our whole bodies. Ahava Rabbi is on page 184. The end of it is on 184. It's at this time, too, that we are going to gather our tzitzits, the fringes, the corners of our garments, and hold them close to us for the Shema. If you are wearing a talit, you can do that. If you are not wearing a talit, you can imagine that you're gathering all the parts of yourself that need to be gathered. Do that in the air, and then bring it close to you when we arrive at the Shema.
והביאנו לשלום מעמק כנפי כי יהיה פועל ישועות אתה, ובנו בחרת מכל עם ולשון, וקרבת לשמך הגדול סלע בני, להודות לך ולחמך באהבה. ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה.
Big breath for the Shema. One breath, one word, and then in the Echad, take a couple of breaths and let's just all support each other and our voices lingering on this oneness. Big, big breath in. Shema. If you are a young person, please come on up. You're like, I did it last night, you're going to do it again. We delight in you. So please come on up. If you were here last night and didn't come on up, because you know that I saw you afterwards. Come and lead the Ve'ahavta for us, please, if you will. And there are some seats in the middle for folks coming in. Young people, you might be losing your seats right now, but that's okay, because then you just hang out up here with us. Come across, right across the front, lead us in the Ve'ahavta. Maybe you have a seat, maybe you don't. If somebody's taking your seat, come back over here.
Page 196.
It's on the bottom there of 196. The prayer says Kuma, it says rise, and I want to invite you to think about what you're standing for in this next year. What makes you stand up and stand inside of it and take a stand with? So during this prayer, when you feel ready and clear about what you are standing for, go ahead and rise.
צור ישראל קומה, קומה בעזרת ישראל. צור ישראל קומה, קומה בעזרת ישראל. ובדרך חילומך יהודה גואלנו
We're going to begin the Amidah on page 198 together, and then we'll have some time for a silent Amidah, and then we will do a repetition, giving you some time for your own reflection. So we'll begin together on 198.
Ya na 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 Adonai. Ya na 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 Sfatai Tiftach. Ya na 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 Ufi Yagi. Ufi Yagi Tehillah.
Page 204. Tokef prayer poem, page 208.
נתנה תוקף קדושת היום, כי הוא נורא היום, ובוא תנסה ויהון בחסד כיסך, ותשב עליו באמת, ותשב עליו באמת. Page 210 on the top. ובשופר גדול ייתקע, וכל דממה דקה ומלאכים יחפצו וחילואי עדה יוחזו, ובשופר גדול ייתקע, וכל דממה דקה יישמע, ומלאכים יחפצו וחילואי עדה יוחזו, ויאמרו הנה יום הדין, לפקוד על צבאם בדין, כי לא יזכו בעיניך בדין. Page 212 ראש השנה ייכתב, וביום צום כיפור יפצמו, בראש השנה ייכתב, וביום צום כיפור יפצמו, בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייכתבו בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור מי באש ומי במים, מי בחרב ומי בחיה, מי ברעב ומי בצמא. בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייכתבו בראש השנה ייכתבו ובראש השנה ייכתבו מי ברעש ומי במגפה, מי בחניקה ומי בסקילה, מי ינוע ומי ינוע בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייכתבו בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייכתבו מי ישקיט ומי יתועב, מי ישלב ומי יתייסר, מי יעני ומי ישיר, מי יושפע ומי
On Rosh Hashanah, this is written on the fast of Yom Kippur, this is sealed. Please join with me. How many will pass away from this world? How many will be born into it? Who will live and who will die? Who will reach the ripeness of age? And who will be taken before their time? Who by fire, who by water? Who by war, who by peace? Who by famine, who by drought? Who by earthquake and who by plague? Who by strangling and who by stoning? Who will rest and who will wander? Who will be tranquil and who will be troubled? Who will be calm and who will be turbulent? Who will live in poverty and who will prosperity? Who will be humble and who will be exalted? But through return, tshuva, to the right path, through prayer, tefillah, and reflection, and working on ourselves, and tzedakah, justice, making justice in the world, and giving generously, righteous giving. Through these three, we can alleviate the harshness of the decree. Page 218, and yes, we are still standing, feeling your feet on the ground, your beautiful spine, and doing this Yom Kippur working.
מקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מערום. ככתוב על יד נביאך, וכרזת קדושתך נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד כי אל מלך גדול וקדוש
Continue with the Amidah silently through page 250. When you're done with your prayers, you can be seated. Tokef prayer, poem, as Leonard Cohen imagined it, redid it. This is his Unatana Tokef.
Try. Ooh, in your very, very month of May. Ooh, by very slow decay. And who shall I say is calling?
Ooh, in her lonely sleep. Who in these realms of love, who by something done, who by avalanche, who by powder, who for his greed, who for his hunger.
to the vidui, the set of prayers that are the confessional prayers. We'd like to invite up Nadine now to begin with a reading on page 293. Here, Nadine.
Because I was angry, because I didn't think, because I was exhausted and on edge, because I'd been drinking, because I can be mean, because I was reckless and selfish, because I was worried about money, because my marriage was dead, because other people were doing it, because I thought I could get away with it, because I did something wrong, because I'm in pain, because I wish I could undo it, because I hurt him, because I lost her trust, because I let them down, because I was self-destructive, because I was foolish, because I'm ashamed, because that's not who I am, because that's not who I want to be, because I want to be forgiven. God, bring down my walls of defensiveness and self-righteousness. Help me to stay in humility. Please give me the strength to do what's right.
Shema Kolenu, 294. Hear us, hear our prayers, our confessions.
Shema Kolenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Shema Kolenu, Chus ve'achem aleinu. Shema Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu, teinu, tavo lefanecha tefilatenu, ve'al titala mitefillatenu. צדיקים אנחנו, ולא חטאנו, אבל
Shamnu, it'll be a call and response. Bottom of 296. List, there will be the Al-Khaits that will be in our prayer books. And then I have the Al-Khait list that our community created from the ones that you anonymously turned in over these last a couple weeks, and then a bunch last night. So, quite a list. Page 300, Al-Khait Shechatan.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך באונס וברצון, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך ביודעין ובלא יודעין.
The ways we have wronged you under duress and by choice, and harm we've caused in your world consciously and unconsciously.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בריצת רגעים להר.
The ways we have wronged you through our thoughtlessness and harm we have caused in your world through impulsive acts and malice.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בחוזק ביד על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בזלזול הורים ומורים.
The ways we have wronged you by abusing our power and harm we have caused in your world through disrespect. 304. Sorry, listen. Oh, we're not skipping, sorry.
302.
302. No need to skip.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך ביצר הרע, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בקשיות אוהב.
The ways we have wronged you by giving in to our hostile impulses and harm we have caused in your world through inflexibility and stubbornness.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בחשך וחזק, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בכילות.
The ways we have wronged you through lies and deceit and harm we have caused in your world by making light of serious matters.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בשיח שפתותינו, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בצרות העין.
The harm we have caused you in our routine conversations and harm we have caused in your world through envy. Now 304.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בגלוי ובסתר, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך
The ways we have wronged you openly and secretly and harm we have caused in your world by hating without cause.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בפריקת עול, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך במאכל ובמשתה.
The ways we have wronged you by losing self-control and harm we have caused in your world through consumption of food and drink.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בגילוי עריות, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך באימוץ הלב.
The ways we have wronged you through hurtful sexuality and harm we have caused in your world by harming our hearts.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בנשק ובמרבית, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך במצה ובמתן.
The ways we have wronged you through greed, exploitation, and harm we have caused in your world through dishonesty and business. 306.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך באיור הלב, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך ברכילות.
The ways we have wronged you through our innermost thoughts and harm we have caused in your world through gossip and rumor.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בחבק שוחד, על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בחילול השם.
The ways we have wronged you by offering or accepting bribes and harm we have caused in your world by profaning your name.
ועל כולם מנועז סליחו, סלח לנו מחרנו,
For the harm we have caused, for judging others before deeply listening to them, for neglecting and mistreating my body, for trying to control things I shouldn't, for not giving my all when I knew I could, for not being nice to my cats sometimes, for gossiping, for being hard on my body, for looking at my phone instead of looking at the person talking to me, for not taking action in my life when I needed to, for not giving my partner the benefit of the doubt, for polluting the earth with my car, for staying up too late at night each night and then not having enough energy for my family and work, for eating unhealthy foods mindlessly and then for reprimanding my kids for doing the same, for texting and driving in front of my daughter yet making her swear she will never ever do the same, for expressing my anger in scary ways, for feeling annoyed often by people, for using alcohol every night even when I decide that I will not that night, for smoking and then lying about smoking, for taking other people's behavior personally, for lowering my voice when I really needed to yell, for using my power in ways that were manipulative, for not being willing to forgive my friend, for not being entirely honest about money, for favoring 2 children over the third because they are less needy, more independent, more type A, basically more like me, for forgetting that the child's neediness, dependence, and disorganization are all reasons she deserves more from me, not less, for worrying and catastrophizing about the future instead of enjoying the gifts of the present here and now, for reacting with anger instead of taking time to offer compassion to myself and gather my true intentions, for objectifying women's bodies, for thinking badly of people for no reason, for wasting money and time, for hiding myself away instead of seeking help, for breaking the vow to stay with my husband through all the changes in our lives, for telling myself the only one who can get this done is me, and then getting angry that I have no one helping me, for judging my son and for getting so angry with him that I swore at him, for the sin I've committed of not looking after myself, for the sin I've committed for my expectations being too high, my expectations being too low, for losing faith and trust in myself and forgetting my own strength, buying into the belief that I am not good enough, for not giving my tribe the benefit of the doubt, for judging my own image, for shopping irresponsibly, for isolating myself when I felt unseen, for thinking I needed more than I already have, for not appreciating my family during times of change, for not letting myself cry when I feel overwhelmed, for seeing the worst in myself and reliving my mistakes in ways that are not helpful and don't serve me, for failing to be hopeful or optimistic about how things will turn out, for shaming my depression. Now and open the ark for Avinu Malkeinu. If you want to come.
Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Koleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, Almighty and merciful, hear our voice.
Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu lefanecha.
Avinu Malkeinu, we have strayed and sinned before you.
Avinu Malkeinu, Amol Aleinu ve'alol Aleinu v'tapeinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us.
Avinu Malkeinu, kale dever v'cherev ve'ra'av me'aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, halt the onslaught of sickness, violence, and hunger.
Avinu Malkeinu, kale kol tzar u'masdi me'aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, halt the reign of those who cause pain and terror.
Avinu Malkeinu, katveinu besefer chaim tov.
Avinu Malkeinu, enter our names in the book of lives well lived.
אבינו מלכנו, חדש עלינו שנה טובה.
Avinu Malkeinu, renew for us the year of goodness.
אבינו מלכנו, מלא ידינו מברכותיך.
Avinu Malkeinu, let our hands overflow with your blessings.
אבינו מלכנו, הרם קרן משיחך.
Avinu Malkeinu, let our eyes behold the dawn of redemption.
אבינו מלכנו, אל תשיבנו ריקה מלפניך.
Avinu Malkeinu, we pray, do not turn us away from you.
אבינו מלכנו, קבל ברחמים וברצון את תפילתנו.
Avinu Malkeinu, welcome our prayer with love, accept and embrace it.
אבינו מלכנו, עשה עמנו למען שמך.
Avinu Malkeinu, act toward us as befits your name.
אבינו מלכנו, עשה למענך אם לא למעננו.
Avinu Malkeinu, act for your sake, if not for ours.
אבינו מלכנו, אין לנו מלך אלעתנו.
Avinu Malkeinu, you alone are sovereign.
אבינו מלכנו, פתח שערי שמיים לתפילתנו.
Avinu Malkeinu, let the gates of heaven be open to our prayer.
אבינו מלכנו, שמע קולנו, חוס ורחם עלינו.
Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voice, treat us with tender compassion.
אבינו מלכנו, אבינו מלכנו, אבינו מלכנו, עלינו פנינו, כי אין לנו מעשים. עשה עמנו צדקה וחסד. עשה עמנו צדקה וחסד והושיענו. אבינו
You can be seated. Something happens, when is it, 3 times? I think it's a tradition. So for our traditional poem, newly composed poem for this High Holy Days, Bill Wallace, it's your turn for your poem offering, a new one each High Holy Days.
If I ask forgiveness for every wrong, can I survive the honest inquest of my actions and the reasons for them? I must. I can't. I will. I can. I must. Walls. In this era of violent death and facile pessimism, of school slaughter and crushing poverty, we watch the greatest accumulation of wealth in ever fewer hands, and in our longing for security and power, we are a part of it. Can we deny it? Let us observe today of all days, as our children, the students of our history, join us here in song and praise. Let us observe that walls dominate the human story, our story, and these walls form an enormous maze of fear and mistrust from the dawn of human consciousness, when walls were necessary for survival, to today. Today when we no longer ask, do good fences make good neighbors? We read history, we watch films about the Great Wall of China, Hadrian's Wall, the Berlin Wall, the walled cities of history, all history. They loom endless with their barricades and spikes. And now, imagine a wall along our border to the south, where the Rio Grande wanders free like Jordan to the refugee. Only imagine this river wall, this waste of stuff and spirit, this symbol of profit excess, of manufactured fear, of design chaos. Imagine it is built as solid as hatred and fear. See its concrete base buried deep in the earth so no one can tunnel through. See its rising steel beams, its endless cinder blocks, the measureless strands of barbed wire stretched for hundreds of long miles, taut along its top. Now imagine that it is parted like the sea of reeds, struck down by a single fleeing child springing from brush, golden wings aflutter with love and need. Walls fall, lies surrender to facts, children dream free. Walls cannot contain the dreaming mind of freedom. That dream will wash away bricks cast by slaves, fence posts stolen from forests, the cold steel sheaths, the machine gun posts towering above the walls, and the fracked fuel burning in the refiner's fire. Hear the voices of hatred sounded so clearly now. Keep them out. The poor, the oppressed, those who love differently, those who can imagine a future without walls. Where is the new Joshua, the new Esther to bring down these walls? Does she or he sit beside you now in this moment here? Look at them. Look into the face of the future. Let us pause. Let us take our children in our arms. Encourage them for their great work in the future. Give your kid a hug. Is she here among us, already shaping courage and chesed into wire cutters? Or is she cruising south central, looking to mark a crumbling wall with the secret argot of a new generation? Is she at Stanford, trimming strands of DNA to halt a haunting hereditary disease? Is he the grandson of Pol Pot? Is her forehead resting on the Western Wall? Is he preaching unrest in the Galilee? Is she bent in humility on a prayer rug? Can we accept the possibility of these impossibilities? Can we break through our own wall of doubt and fear? Perhaps together we can summon up a whisper of the truth in these long days of searching through the hunger of the mind, this restless wandering of the keyboard, on these poor instruments we feel we have become. Perhaps this whisper can become a roar, echoing throughout the world, running through nations like a spirit child through a vast desert playground. Surely now is the time to tear down these walls of brick and steel, of lies and calculated misinformation. Surely now is the time, the hour, the moment. I have a vision. If that wall should be built, a quick silver slip of a raven-haired girl will fly out of the brush south of the border, and with a rush of her golden wings, shatter the steel and concrete, separating her from freedom. Walls cannot contain the dreaming mind of freedom. If we ask forgiveness for every wrong, can we survive the honest inquiry into our inaction and the reasons for it? We must. We can't. We will. We can. We must.
Torah service on page 255.
Adonai יברך את עמו
the community standing together and then laying out this choice that there are many paths set out in front of us and that we're asked to choose life. So in this first reading, you stand this day, all of you in the presence, not with you alone, but with each one who stands here. So I asked you earlier about standing. So where are you standing this year? Who do you stand with? Come up if you want to claim a stand around your values and you want to stand for and with others in doing so in this year. Come on up. Ahmad, everyone who wants to claim a stand around your deepest values in this year. We're in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29. Blessings on 258. Then the reading will be on page 266. So come on up. We're on this side for the blessing. You're coming for this blessing because believe me, we're going to need the space because we're going to all move over soon. So come on this side for the blessing.
ראשיכם, שבטיכם, זקניכם ושוטריכם, כל איש ישראל, תבכם נשיכם וגרך, אשר בקרב מחנך, מחוטב עצך, עד שואב מימיך. לעברך בברית, אדוני אלוהיך ובעלתו, אשר אדוני אלוהיך קורא תמך היום, למען הקים אותך היום לו לעם, והוא יהיה לך לאלוהים, כאשר דיבר לך, וכאשר נשבעו לאבותיך, לאברהם, ליצחק וליעקב, ולא איתכם כבלתכם, אנוכי כורת את הברית הזאת ואת העלה הזאת, כי את אשר ישנו פה עמנו עומד היום לפני אדוני אלוהינו, ואת אשר איננו פה עמנו היום. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נתת לנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Okay, for our second Aliyah, you guys can go down, but you can, linger in your going down in case this also applies to you, because you can get as many blessings as you want. This next one, don't have to bring it back. Or actually, yeah, linger a bit. We need some people to linger here. We need some people up here. Okay, so in this next one, what I'm asking of you is not beyond you, nor is it far away. It's not far away. It's right here. You can do this. So come on up, everyone. If you're making a commitment to some sort of action this year, maybe it's a commitment to treat your body better. Maybe it's a commitment to deepen your spiritual practice. Maybe it's a commitment to come and support this community more. Maybe it's a commitment to speak to others with more kindness. Maybe it's a commitment of what you know what that commitment is. So if you're going to stand up here and make a commitment, that means it's for real. I am going to do this. I'm going to come up to Torah and make a commitment. Amod, everybody coming up to make a commitment in this next year to something important to you. Yeah, come on over this side. Yes, you guys are people who were up here for the last one, yes? Or are you coming for this one? Come on up. Let's make room. We have to move over, I think. We're going to have to use both sides. There's a lot of people making a commitment, I'm happy to say. Come on over. We can make room on the other side, too. There's a lot of people coming behind you. You can also just stand right in front of it. Okay. Blessing cards, orange side first.
אנוכי מצווה היום, לא נפלט היא ממך ולא רחוקה היא, לא בשמיים היא לאמור, מי יעלה לנו השמיימה ויקהה לנו וישמיענו אותה ונעשנה, ולא מעבר לים היא לאמור, מי יעבור לנו אל עבר הים ויקהה לנו וישמיענו אותה ונעשנה. כי קרוב אליה הדבר מאוד, בפיך ובלבבך לעשותו.
That different paths are set before you, choose life. I'm going to let you define what that is for you. So come up for this Aliyah if in this year ahead you are choosing life. It might mean that you are choosing to live. It might mean that you are choosing to not do things that are deadening of your spirit, of your heart, but you are going to choose life. Choose to live life fully. Choose to support other people's lives. Choose life. Yes. Tamod, everybody choosing life. Chaim. Chaim, ma'od chaim. Okay, blessing cards, yeah, more folks choosing life. I love it. Other side, there's a bunch of room too. So go over there, need all the space. Well, come on up. Space on that side as well. Choosing life.
הייתי בהם היום את השמיים ואת הארץ, החיים והמוות נתתי לפניך, הברכה והקללה, ובחרת בחיים למען תחיה אתה וזרעך, לאהבה את אדוני אלוהיך, לשמוע בקולו ולדבקה בו, כי הוא חייך ואורך ימיך לשבת על האדמה אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותיך, לאברהם, ליצחק ויעקב, לתת להם.
Choose life. So may the practices that have not been life-serving for you now fall away. And those that are going to be about serving life and living fully and caring for others to live fully, may those now carry you through this year, and may you support everyone you see there to do so. Amen. Amen. Will you join us in Jonathan Skurnick? I think while the Torah is still out, to draw to our minds, our hearts, all those who are in need of a blessing of healing. If you could take a moment now and whisper those names aloud, those who are in need of a healing. We pray for all of them a refuah shlema, a whole and complete healing, a healing of wholeness, a refuah ta nefesh, a healing of their soul, a refuah ta guf, a healing of their body and their mind. And we say, Amen. We are on page 274 for the lifting of Torah. Please rise. You can be seated. The Haftarah from the book of Isaiah. Isaiah, the prophet always standing for righteousness, can be found on page 275. If you are a young person who was asked to help with the blessings before and after the Haftarah, if you could please come up now. And if you're a young person who's like, I wasn't asked, but I know these, come on up. Blessings before and after the Haftarah. Come on up. Some of you learning them, some of you knowing them. We are on page 275. 2 folks, more than 2 folks, come on. Ben, do you know these? Lucy, you guys know these? Can you come up? Whoever wants to, Ben has to. Lucy, you say it again. Anybody else in here? You know these blessings before and after. It's a little dark. I'm looking for who I can see. And thank you. Appreciate that. Excellent. So you don't have to be voluntold. Come all the way close, because how are they going to hear you back there? No, seriously. Seriously. Right here. We put the books here.
Cry from the depth, says God. Do not hold back. Lift up your voice like the shofar. Tell my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sin. Yes, they seek me daily as though eager to learn my ways, as if they were a nation that does what is right and has not abandoned God's law. They ask of me the right way, eager for God's nearness. They say, "Why did we fast, and you do not see it? We afflict ourselves, and you do not know it?" Because even on your fast day you think only of desire, while oppressing all who work for you. Because your fasting is filled with strife, and with callous fist you strike. No, your fasting this day will not lift up your voice before heaven.
Kira v'garon al tachsoch, kashofar harem kolecha, v'haged la'ami pish'am, u'veit Yaakov chatotam, ve'oti yom yom yidroshun, V'da'at darchai yechpatzun kegoy asher tzedaka asa umishpat Elohav lo azav yish'aluni mishpatei tzedek kirvat Elohim Yechpatzun Lama tzamnu velo ra'ita Ininu nafshenu velo teda Hen biyom tzomchem Timtzeu chefetz V'chol atzvechem Tingosu Hen l'riv u'matzah tatsumu ul hakot begrof resha lo tatsumu chayom lashmiya b'marom kolchem hachazeh yiyeh tzom evcharehu Yom anot Adam nafsho halachov ka'agmon rosho vesak ve'efer yatzia halazet yikratzom ve'yom ratzom ladonai Halozeh, Tzom evcharehu, Pateach, Chartzubot, Resha, Hater, Agudot, Motah, Veshalach, Ritzutzim, Chovshim, Bechol Motah, Tinateku. Halo, Faros, Lara'ev, Lachmecha, Vani Merudim, Tavivayit, Kitir Arom, Bechisito, Umivsarcha, Lotit Alam, Azivaka, Kashachar Orecha, V'aruchatcha mehera titzmach V'halach lefanecha tzidkecha kevod Adonai yasfecha.
Is this the fast I desire? A day to afflict body and soul, bowing your head like a reed, covering yourself with sackcloth and ashes? Do you call this a fast, a day worthy of the favor of Adonai? Is not this the fast I desire? to break the bonds of injustice and remove the heavy yoke, to let the oppressed go free and release all those enslaved? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry and to take the homeless poor into your home, and never to neglect your own flesh and blood? Then shall your light burst forth like the dawn, and your wounds shall quickly heal, your righteous one leading the way before you, the presence of Adonai guarding you from behind.
Very fair. It is a little different. A little trick on the Yom Kippur Haftarah there. You guys did great, though. Thank you. We all rise now for putting the Torah away. Eitz Chaim.
Eitz Chaim lamachazikim ba
Who just participated in that Torah service. Take a moment, taking a breath. This morning, our executive director of Wilshire Boulevard Temple, Donna Nadell, she said to me, "How are you?" I said, "I'm good. I'm a little tired. I'm good." And she's like, "Yeah, but like regular tired, right? Like not like last year." And I was like, "Right. Not like last year." So just taking a moment to take in that it is not like last year. Last year at this time, I had just completed 3 weeks. It was just 3 weeks after I had completed treatment for a rare form of cancer, a growth that was in front of my ear, behind my nose. And I had that very interesting haircut, right? The stubble around, and then that line, the radiation was. I kid you not that I did have a waitress who insisted on telling me where I'd gotten my hair cut. And because it was pretty cool, you know, it was kind of interesting with that straight line, and then as it was, at that point it was like a little bit stubbly, so it was like, I don't know, very punk. And she's, after the third time, she's like, I'm not gonna let up. I need to know you got your hair done. And I was like, okay, so what are the answers here? My oncologist cut my hair. Kaiser Sunset. Basement level. Special place where only some people get to go. She got the idea. So, I was so relieved last year to have treatment over, and I was in that waiting period before the scans to show if the treatment had been successful, and it has been successful. That's a funny thing to clap for, but thank you. I want to unpack that clapping, but we won't do that right now. But thank you, yes. You know, all things, still, everything's still a journey, but yes, it was. It was clear to me that it was, actually, during the course of treatment, it was clear to me that it was gone when the scans confirmed. I heard the words of the Unatana Tokef prayer that we do every year, that is a centerpiece of our prayers. I heard them so differently last year. In the weeks leading up to Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, I really wanted to make it here for that, to be with you. And I kept hearing that prayer over and over again. It's a poem that was written about 1,000 years ago, and it's by an unknown author, but has really become so connected to how we see these days. It says this, and we just chanted it and sung it moments ago. Let us proclaim the power of this day, a day whose holiness awakens deep awe. All who come into the world pass before you like sheep before the shepherd. How many will pass away from this world? How many will be born into it? Who will live and who will die? Who by fire, who by water? Who will reach the ripeness of age? Who will be taken before their time? Who will rest and who will wander? Who will be calm and who will be tormented? Who will live in poverty and who in prosperity? Who will be humbled and who will be exalted? This poem at the center of our prayers today and our experience of these days of awe, but really, it is true every day. We do not know who will live and who will die, who will have a baby, who will lose one, who will move with ease, and who will face obstacles. We are not in complete control. We are responsible for our lives, but we are not in complete control. This is what Yom Kippur is about. A day to strip away everything, all the devices, all the things we use to hide, not even eating or drinking, strip away everything and just be with uncertainty. Some of you already are living in this place, I know. You're in this place in a big way already every day. You've had some change, you've lost a job, you've gotten a diagnosis, a relationship has ended, you've lost someone close to you. You are in the uncertainty. On Yom Kippur each year, the community joins you in this place on this day. Last year when I was in this place in a whole different way than I had ever experienced before, I kept hearing the Unatana Tokef prayer as, who will live and who will die? But as I've gone through this year of recovery, I've heard it differently. I have heard who will live and who will die. I've heard the possibility as well as the fear, because they are both in the unknown. We truly don't know. It is an incredible reality of being a human being, and it stirs in us great anxiety, the uncertainty and the unknown of being. We all develop strategies to deal with this unknown. We have to. Strategies to control the unknown and the living with this reality. And one of these strategies is to become fixed, to become set, in how we see our lives, ourselves, others, the world. This is how I am. This is how you are. This is how our world is. But of course, everything is not set. There is the ever-present, always changing, that gently taps us on the shoulder or picks us up and throws us hard into a wall. Oh, so this is changing, and I am changing, and you are too, and our whole world is changing. Our view of ourselves, of others, of our world is always fixed and always changing. Both impact us. And it's possible to become conscious, or at least a little more conscious, of when we're operating from one or from the other. The fixed view helps us to have a sense of security in the midst of the unknown. In many ways, it is a privilege to have a fixed and set idea of how your life is going to go. To count on things being just the way they are. It is comforting and it feels secure and reassuring. And when you lose that, all at once or slowly, it can be disorienting and scary. And yet it can also be limiting to live only in a prescribed framework, a box of what our life is and how it can be, and who others are. Especially, we get fixed around those we are closest to. Our spouses, our kids, our close friends. Rather than the fullness and the changing nature of who they are, of who we are. We settle into a view of our lives and our loved ones that often don't shake up the assumptions until we are forced to. One afternoon in the middle of treatment, I came out of the bedroom to the kitchen to get something to eat. I was struggling to find anything to eat. I opened the refrigerator and I saw this big, delicious jar of pickles. And everything in me was like, yes, I want a pickle. That sounded so good. I took out the jar, opened it up, I took out a pickle, and I took a big bite. And it was awful. I mean, it was horrible. My face contorted, I ran to the sink, I washed out the water from my mouth. Clearly, I was not able to eat pickles. And it made it hard to eat anything for many hours to come after that one bite. It was demoralizing. Pickles are joy and home and goodness. And it was another moment of being deep inside this crazy rabbit hole of an experience. No pickles, more sadness. My taste buds were one of the first losses in treatment. They're sensitive to radiation, and right away they were affected. Soon I was tasting nothing. And as it turns out, the taste of nothing is not neutral. Nothing tastes bad. And other tastes, like the pickle, were worse than nothing. They were these full mouth shocks. Anything with spice or anything with vinegar. I had no idea how emotional the loss of taste could be. It was hard to motivate to eat anything at all. And with the intense dry mouth and the nausea and the fatigue and all the other intense symptoms of these very potent treatments, it was hard to eat. But I had to keep on some weight for treatment. That was the only way to get through the treatment. The doctors are always careful when they talk to you about the symptoms of treatments, the side effects. They'll tell you these are the symptoms you're likely to have, and that they may or may not get better, or they may get a bit better, or they may get all the way better, or maybe this is how it's just going to be for the rest of your life. They don't know. And they don't know how each individual will heal from the effects of these treatments, so that leaves you right there in the unknown, all through recovery. My taste buds first to go were also one of the first symptoms that began to heal in the weeks following treatment. Some tastes began to return. But nothing was fixed, so the taste adventure was on. I had to hold the reality and fear that it was never going to be better or different, and open to the possibility that right now, in this one taste, it could be better. It's true of all of the symptoms. It's true of the path of recovery, and it is true of this life of living, all of us, in the unknown and in the uncertainty. Right where it was, and moving forward with the changing and the healing underway. This is the path of living with the fixed and the always changing, all at the same time. Sometimes when I would try things, the taste would be there as I had remembered it, and it would fill me with joy. Most of the time, it was not. And I would have to draw on that deep well of patience again. And this led to the spiritual practice of the pickle. When the question comes, do you want a pickle with that? The answer is always, yes. I want a pickle with that. I know that it might not be a good taste. And there's a possibility that it will be different. It's still not an enjoyable experience. It's getting there. It's almost there. I could decide to never try it again, and that would be fair. That would be protective. Having a fixed idea, another benefit of a fixed idea is it can be protective. It's helpful to know that a situation or a person is often this way, so I should be careful, protective of myself or others. But when being protective means that we do not open to or engage with the possibility of change, these fixed ideas of who we are or who you are get us stuck in patterns of assumptions and behaviors that follow those assumptions, and we head further and further down the path that we don't question or examine. Is this the path I want? Is this who I want to be? Is this the life I'm wanting to be living? On Yom Kippur, we step back from our life and we get to ask these questions. What are the fixed ideas we have about ourselves that may or may not be in need of change? What are the fixed ideas I have about you? What are the ideas that we fix around those we love? Have I become so comfortable in how I see you that I'm not really seeing you anymore? Have I decided that this is who you are? And when there are more parts of you that want to be seen, I'm not willing to see those. This is particularly painful in many families when children take on certain roles or get assigned certain roles, or somehow it gets stuck. You're the smart one, you're the tough one, you're the capable one. Maybe we're doing that with our own kids, or with our siblings, or with our parents, or our spouses, or our friends. One of the things I tell wedding couples is that I hope that the person you are marrying today, your beloved, that you want to marry your beloved for who they are today, but also that you want to marry who your beloved will become in 7, 12, 40, 60 years from now, which we want to keep growing and changing, yes. So hopefully that's a different person than who they are today. What are the fixed ideas we have about our nation that recently maybe got very changed? A disorienting experience, the unknown. Certainly there is much change. And what does this change mean? How do we navigate this fixed and always changing? How do we do this? On Yom Kippur, we look at how we've become fixed and how we are always changing, and we take it all the ideas about ourselves, about others, about our country and world and community, and we hold all of those up into the light of the wisdom and the truths of our deepest values. When everything is stuck or when everything is changing too fast, this is what we hold on to. On this holy day, our prayers, our melodies, our texts, and our rituals. They ask us to strip away all of our hiding and assumptions and be with the uncertainty. And we do all of that for a purpose, not just for fun. We do it for a purpose. We do it to enter into this new year solid on our foundation, solid on what we actually can hold on to. Life and relationships are fixed and always changing, and our tradition reminds us daily that we are rooted in something deeper. When I say yes to the pickle every time, it is because I am standing in what I do know. I don't know how it will taste, but I do know and I do claim that there is hope. Yesh tikva. And the pickle's more than the pickle. I'm saying yes and yes again to something bigger than this moment and the changes of the moment and the assumptions of the moment. I am rooting my recovery in deeper truths. Some years ago, a dear friend lost a baby. She was pregnant with this second child when she learned that her baby had a problem that affected the baby's heart and survival. There was nothing that could be done until after the baby was born, and then even after then, it was unclear. I remember walking with her to the park to go play at the playground with our kids and her big pregnant belly. And I asked her, how are you able to get through the rest of the pregnancy? And she said something that I've never forgotten. She said, all of us are living with the unknown every day, but that she was literally pregnant with the unknown. And that she could do something. And she was clear at what she could do. She could hope, and she could love. Her baby was born, and they named her Tikva, hope. They loved her fully and deeply, and she died in the embrace of this love. 3 years later, that same hope and love guided them in the adoption of their baby boy. We call the Torah an Eitz Chaim, a tree of life. Its roots going down deep, and its branches spreading wide. The branches blow in the wind and get rigid in the cold, changing and fixed. And all the while the roots run deep, deep into that which fills our prayers and our wisdom texts over and over again. Chaim, chesed, rachamim, shalom, tikva, emet, ahava, hope, truth, compassion, kindness, peace. This is what guides us with the fixed and always changing. There is something deeper that we hold on to for our lives, for our nation. We make the changes in who we are and how we love and how we want our world to be based on these deep roots. On this Yom Kippur, may you reflect on the areas of your life where you have become fixed and set on how you see others and yourself. May you reflect on the aspects of your life that have changed or have the possibility of changing. And may you always feel your roots connecting you deep, deep down to the wisdom and the truths of our tradition. Working with these wonderful human beings in this creation of Nefesh, sometimes there's something special when you share a sermon topic, and then one of them says, I'll write that song. Sally Dworsky has written this song for this moment right now.
Morning breaks, hope's a blur. like a teenager. Could it be worse or better yet? My narrow mind, like a tourniquet. This day is perfectly uncontrollable. This day. Dreams so tight, restless night, jokes on me when things go right, push and shove, ups your love till it cuts right through. Nothing I can do. This day is perfectly uncontrollable. This day is perfectly uncontrollable. This day, done is done, not done yet. Done is done, not done yet. Not done yet. This day is perfectly uncontrollable. This day. This day is perfectly uncontrollable. This day.
Return to